Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
The number is astonishing. Potentially 100 little girls, maybe more, genitally mutilated here in Detroit.
Also under pressure, James Comey set to testify that President Trump pressured him for much more than just loyalty. We've got a sneak peek of what's sure to be an action-packed day coming up on Capitol Hill.
But first, a violent attack in the middle of a metro park. A woman out for a jog fends off a man trying to rape her. Good evening. Tonight, that 26-year-old woman has been released from the hospital and is expected to make a full recovery. This
attack happened yesterday afternoon at the Oakwoods Metro Park in Huron Township. We bring in Rod Maloney, who is live. And Rod, police do have a suspect in custody.
Yes, they do have him in custody. He was under arrest. They were talking about an arraignment here this afternoon at 34th District Court here in Romulus. They put that off until tomorrow morning. But let's not downplay the violence here. The woman was battered, bloody, and had broken bones in her face. His name is Darian Noel Fickling of Romulus, 47 years old. He allegedly rode his bicycle through the Oakwoods Metro Park yesterday. Over a few minutes' time, he allegedly rode past the victim several times as she ran wearing earphones. Finally, Huron Police Chief Everett Robbins says he bludgeoned her from behind, bloodying her head and breaking bones in her face before trying to rape her.
I think it's an unfortunate reminder that these monsters walk amongst us and that it's important to always have somebody with you, make sure that a friend has your cell phone, that somebody knows where you're at so that you never find yourself in a situation where no one can find you and you can't locate help.
The park is nearly 2,000 acres large. Yet the woman gamely fended off her attacker and sprinted to a nearby home where she was able to call 911. Today on the trails, we found runners, men and women, bikers too, unaware of the assault. Julie Jones couldn't believe it happened in a park she's used every day for the past 2 years.
Frightening. I'm scared. I don't even want to finish my exercise. I want to go back home now.
Metro Park police officers found Fickling about a mile from the attack location, and when confronted, Robbins says he had the woman's cell phone on him, linking him to the crime.
It's going to make me be a little bit more cautious, like really looking around. And even though I do that anyway, now I'm just like on pins and needles right now.
Fickling, if found guilty, could get life in prison on kidnapping charges alone, but he also has unarmed robbery charges, assault with intent for criminal sexual conduct, and also assault to do great bodily harm. Again, he'll be arraigned here tomorrow morning. Back to you.
We've seen things happen before in parks, but what about this particular Metro Park, Rod? Anything there like this before?
You know, that's the thing. The chief told us, Devin, that they don't ever remember anything like this happening. Yeah. And in fact, when we talked to people out there, and there were many people in the park today, their jaws hit the ground because they said this is a particularly safe park and they have a lot of officers patrolling around there. So this is a stunning development out here.
Yeah, it is. All right, Rod. Karen?
Now to a developing story. 2 of the 3 Metro Detroit doctors at the heart of what the feds say is a 12-year-long conspiracy to mutilate girls' genitals are to be released on house arrest. Meantime, the new estimate tonight is that 100 girls, possibly even more, have been harmed. Let's get right to our Mara McDowell. She's live at Federal Courthouse tonight, and these are some stunning new revelations in this case, Mara.
They sure are, Karen. They were made here in federal court today by federal prosecutors who are estimating that 100 number of little girls potentially affected here, as 2 of these doctors are now being able to go home under house arrest. Let me take you through it. All of this began to unravel with the arrest of Northville doctor Jumana Nagarwala, who was accused of mutilating the genitals of 2 girls brought from Minnesota to a Livonia clinic owned by Dr. Fakhruddin Attar. Nagarwala is accused of doing the procedure on the children, and Attar and his wife, Dr. Farida Attar, are accused of helping to set up the procedure as well as being on premises when it was being done. Now tonight, the Attars are being allowed to go home and stay under house arrest, but away from their own 9-year-old daughter. Nagarwala remains behind bars. All 3 are part of a small sect of Shia Muslims called Dawoodi Bohra. Back here live. So federal prosecutors say they have identified 8 young girls who they say were genitally mutilated here in Detroit. So if they have only identified 8, how are they coming up with this 100 number? Well, they are coming up with that number because they say from police interviews, etc., with the doctors who they themselves say they have been, how they call it, treating these girls several every year for more than 12 years. Karen. Back to you.
Mara, an attorney for Dr. Nagarwala says this is not genital mutilation, but a benign procedure. What do federal prosecutors have to say about that?
Well, the federal prosecutors do not see this as a benign procedure at all. What Dr. Nagarwala is trying to say is that she cuts them, but she is cutting what she says is membrane. Federal prosecutors say this is female genital mutilation. Back to you.
Mara McDonald live for us tonight. Thanks, Mara.
We now know at least part of what James Comey will say tomorrow when he testifies before Congress. The former FBI director will take the stand in a highly anticipated hearing, to say the least, tomorrow morning, and he'll detail his interactions with President Trump before his abrupt firing. Blaine Alexander in Washington with a first look at Comey's opener. Blaine?
Well, Devin, the statement was released in advance at Comey's request, less than 24 hours before he's set to testify. Today, a detailed first look at what fired FBI Director James Comey will say to Congress about his interactions with President Trump. In his opening statement, released today, Comey recounts 9 different conversations with the president. He describes a January 27th dinner at the White House, which Comey felt was orchestrated to have him beg to keep his job. Comey writes, "The president said, 'I need loyalty. I expect loyalty. I didn't move, speak, or change my facial expression in any way during the awkward silence that followed." 2 months later, a phone call from the president who, quote, described the Russia investigation as a cloud that was impairing his ability to act on behalf of the country, and asked what the FBI could do to lift the cloud. Comey confirms news reports that the president asked him to drop the investigation into Michael Flynn. Comey's statement released just after top intel chiefs were grilled on Capitol Hill about their own interactions with the president.
Why are you not answering these questions? Is there an invocation by the President of the United States of executive privilege? Is there or not?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then why are you not answering our questions?
Because I feel it is inappropriate, Senator.
What you feel isn't relevant, Admiral.
The heads of the NSA and National Intelligence said they never felt pressured to intervene in an ongoing investigation.
I have never been directed to do anything I believe to be illegal, immoral, unethical, or inappropriate.
But they would not answer whether or not they had been asked. Tomorrow, more pressing questions when Comey takes the stand. And almost lost in all of this, today President Trump announced his pick for new FBI Director Christopher Wray. He made the announcement on Twitter, calling him a man of impeccable credentials. In Washington, Blaine Alexander, Local 4.
All right, Blaine, and you can see James Comey's testimony live right here on Local 4 tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. I actually talked to somebody today who's taking the day off from work to stay home and watch. Yes, we'll be live streaming his appearance on clickondetroit.com. And then following it, no doubt, throughout the day.
Oh, most definitely. Yep. It has been a great day of having those windows open, not using the air conditioning.
We get closer to the weekend, that's going to change that part of it anyway. Let's get over to Ben.
It's just getting his breath before it really gets fired up over the weekend. Yeah, these numbers out there are going to go away. In fact, this is more like what we will see for low temperatures in some spots as we head towards the back end of the forecast, but it is gorgeous out there. Mid-70s, low humidity, plenty of sunshine, and a departure from yesterday, especially in our north zone and really from Detroit north, 10 to 15 degrees warmer than what we saw at 5 p.m. yesterday. Even though it's technically warmer down here in Monroe, very similar numbers as we're seeing the 60s down there in Grosse Ile and Monroe. So evening temperatures tonight still on the very comfortable side and finally feeling like June. We'll see those clear skies continue into tonight. No fog threat because of the lack of moisture, but we will talk about some extremely warm temperatures as we head into the weekend. That's coming up in a few minutes, guys.
Ben. Now to a Local 4 update. A Detroit man is arraigned in an armed robbery that led to the shooting of an off-duty police officer. That off-duty officer was at a liquor store in Gratiot and Shane when a man confronted him with a gun and the two exchanged gunfire. The officer was wounded. The gunman was killed. 19-year-old Kevon Robinson is accused of having participated in the Sunday night robbery.
Attorney Mike Morse is now facing sexual assault allegations from a fifth woman. Today, attorney Jeffrey Feiger filed a fifth civil suit accusing Morse of sexual assault. This latest case involves a bartender who claims Morse groped her during a Christmas party last year at the Detroit Beer Company. She is seeking $25 million. Feiger has filed 4 other civil suits alleging Morse sexually assaulted other women. As of now, no criminal charges have been filed. Morse has said other suits have no merit. A fire destroys a home and a car in Southfield.
Take a look at the scene from overnight on Wildbrook, just north of 12 Mile Road near Telegraph. We're told the people inside the home did get out safely, but both the home and the car appear to be total losses. The investigation into the cause of the fire goes on.
A water main break prompts a boil water advisory over in Hamburg Township.
Yeah, Livingston County water officials say the break was along M36 west of Spicer Road, actually on the property of St. Paul's Lutheran Church, but because the water was shut off, officials had to issue a precautionary boil water advisory for the whole township. That could last up to 72 hours. We'll keep you posted just as soon as it's lifted. A teenager loses his life over a pair of shoes.
Tonight we are learning brand new details after an arrest is made in the shooting that left one dead and 2 others injured.
Also, the sister of a man killed in a Tim Hortons parking lot speaks out why she thinks there won't be justice in the case even after charges are announced. Jason?
Former Michigan State football players say they turned over their phones to police as part of a rape investigation. So why didn't police look at a video on that phone that their lawyers say would exonerate them?
Tonight, new at 6.
A mother of 3 sees a stranger lying in the middle of a Detroit street, but he wasn't hurt. He wasn't alone. She describes what happened next. New at 6.
Also inside, the dramatic rescue of a construction worker trapped in a collapsed trench last night. New at 6, the firefighters who pulled him to safety talk about how they did it without having a key piece of equipment.
2 more arraignments today in the MSU football sex assault case.
Josh King of Illinois and Donnie Corley of Detroit faced a judge, but they let their attorneys do all the talking. As we bring in Jason Colthorpe, what they're saying is not just that they're innocent, but that they can prove it to police. Jason.
They can, and it was Josh King's attorney, Devin, who says he had video on his phone, and when their phones were taken, his attorney says police didn't look at that video. I guess they couldn't watch it, is the phrase she used. She doesn't know why, but they say that video would show all 3 of the men can prove that this was consensual sex.
He has denied the allegations.
Donnie Corley was a long way from his record-setting freshman season with the Spartan football team this morning, standing before an East Lansing judge on third-degree CSC charges.
This is the first time he's faced a criminal charge.
Josh King was arraigned right afterward. Police say it was King who pulled a woman into an apartment bathroom at an on-campus party in January. He raped her, then forced her to perform oral sex on Corley and Demetric Vance. King is charged with first and third degree CSC, as well as taking video and sharing it during the encounter. But his attorney says that is the key to their innocence.
He handed over his cell phone, which do contain videos of the alleged incidents on his phone, and we believe those videos, had the police been able to open them and access them, would completely show this was a consensual sexual act.
While Corley was released on 10% of a $10,000 bond, King was looking at all of a $25,000 bond.
The fact is, he lives outside the state and wants to continue to live outside the state and be beyond the court's jurisdiction. So I think the bond I've suggested here and impose is pretty modest under the circumstances.
King was then led away in handcuffs to remain in jail. Being an ongoing case, neither the Michigan State Police Department or Ingham County prosecutor is going to talk about if that video was watched, and if it wasn't, why wasn't it? We'll probably learn more about that in the coming weeks. These men will be back in court a week from tomorrow for their next court date, but we'll most likely learn more about this video the following week when they have their preliminary exam. Devin?
Jason, the one thing we've heard, their lawyers say that each of these men has cooperated fully with police, but that's, of course, their lawyers saying that. What else are we hearing?
Their lawyers and police say that's not entirely true. They say, yes, they've come in for the interviews and turned over their phones, but originally they said they didn't even know the victim and later said this was consensual sex.
Yeah.
And also mentioned today that King went along with the OIE report, which came out a couple days ago from Michigan State, but that clearly stated they declined interviews in that, only going through their attorneys. Devin?
All right, more to come. All right, Jason.
A big investment coming to Detroit is going to help build new buildings downtown. $1 million in grants and loans from the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality will go to help build new apartments and retail space. The funding will be used to revitalize and redevelop the site of the former Statler Hotel at the corner of Washington and Park, bringing, get this, 228 rental apartments, ground floor, retail, and underground parking, as well as new jobs.
Cool. Nice. And a beautiful day, as you saw there. You know who had the nerve to come in and say, well, I did my job today? That was Ben's greeting to me today.
Is that what he said?
He's taking credit for how nice
it was an off-the-record comment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, what I have been doing today is going through my phone and seeing who of my friends has a pool.
Oh, there you go.
And just saying, hey, what are you doing this weekend?
Exactly.
Good thinking.
It's been a while.
Get that thing blown up and I'll be over.
Even at this point, I would take it. Temperatures outside, at least in our neck of the woods, beautiful. It's 74, but I wanted to show you how much of the country is just baking under the heat right now. Temperatures get above average into the 90s as far north as Boise. They're at 95, 96 in Salt Lake City. Phoenix, I guess not surprisingly, at 102 right now. But the jet stream, which is really up to the north there in the western part of the U.S., will start migrating this way. In fact, by the time we get into the weekend, the jet stream lifts north of Detroit, and that allows that warm air to start moving in. In fact, most of the 48 states will have that jet to the north and allowing for temperatures to be on the warmer side of average, all with the exception of just a small portion of the Pacific Northwest. So temperatures outside, gorgeous, 74. We do have a noticeable wind out of the east-northeast at 15, but that air is very dry. Relative humidity right now at 30%. And 30.07 is the pressure. By the way, we really only have one chance of rain in the forecast until the middle of next week, and it is going to be coming on Friday. That's where you see these showers and storms that are hanging around a front off to our north and west. But we're under dry conditions now. There's the edge of the cloud cover that was hanging over us yesterday. It's now gone off to the south and east, so we don't have to worry about that. We got dry conditions and crystal clear skies tonight. Usually when we have clear skies and calm winds, we start worrying about fog starting to form, and that may be the case out over Lake Huron where there's some moisture, but there's just not enough over the top of us, so we're not going to have to worry about the fog. We'll see the sunshine again tomorrow. Temperatures still above or right around average for this time of year, and then we'll really start soaring as we head towards the upcoming weekend. 77 for that high temperature tomorrow. Light winds out of the east, 2 to 5 miles an hour. And our forecast highs in our 4-zone forecast showing us that we're going to get into the 70s, mid-70s again tomorrow afternoon. 77 in the city of Detroit. Cooler down here downriver as we look at 72. South zone high temperatures tomorrow, generally mid-70s, a little bit cooler out towards Lake Erie. And as we look at our west zone highs tomorrow, those are going to be in the mid-70s from Flint down to Ann Arbor and Manchester. And our north zone, a little bit cooler out towards Lake Huron with the 60s for high temperatures, but generally mid-70s even for our north zone tomorrow. Heat really gets cranked up over the weekend. We go from average highs to above average. And in fact, our first 90-degree day of the season on Sunday, we could do it 3 days in a row. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Humidity looks like it's going to start coming back about Sunday afternoon. That's when it's going to get to the muggy category. Yeah. But those lows Tuesday and Wednesday, a lot like what we have for high temperatures out here today.
We've got 3 fried eggs coming up there. Yep.
AC is going to be running.
Yep.
Right.
Got it.
Doc.
Well, a local family is pedaling with a purpose. Ahead in good health, the incredible journey they're taking on a bicycle built for 3 and the surprising guest that's along for the ride.
All right, Frank, but first, the man who police say gunned another man down in a Tim Hortons parking lot appears in court. We'll hear from the victim's family next.
It's CNL.
A Belleville man accused of shooting and killing a man in a Tim Hortons parking lot faced a judge today.
44-year-old Mark Germano is charged with shooting and killing 38-year-old Edward Keene. The shots were fired Sunday at about 6 a.m. outside the Tim Hortons on Rawsonville Road near I-94 in Van Buren Township. Investigators say Germano shot Keene twice in the head and neck, then took off. Keene's family says he was a cancer survivor who was looking forward to the next phase of his life.
When he was getting back on his feet, he just defeated stage 3 cancer and beat the odds because nobody thought he'd make it through that. He beat the odds on that just to get his life cut short by some coward.
Notice for 2 court dates.
Germano is charged with first-degree murder, felony firearm. Investigators say the two knew each other.
A Michigan tradition is now on the summer horizon. Today, officials were discussing the 93rd consecutive Bell's Beer Bayview Mackinac race.
We've had another year of a lot of hard work and a lot of preparation, and so far everything is going very smoothly. We're very pleased with how it's going so far.
It's the annual race from Port Huron to Mackinac Island. It'll start July 22nd. 219 boats expected at the starting line, which is in southern Lake Huron, a little bit north of the Blue Water Bridge. And it's always a sure sign that you're in the middle of summer when that gets going.
Bucket list.
Yeah, that'd be fun,
wouldn't it?
People
have gone, but I've missed it.
Yeah.
Well,
the Powerball drawing is tonight, Karen Drew.
That's right. The Powerball jackpot currently $375 million. The cash option is about $235 million. 5 years ago, if you remember, a man in Lapeer won the jackpot for $337 million. Now, he does hold the record for the largest lottery prize ever won in Michigan, but if a player in our state wins tonight, that record will be broken. Of course, we will have those winning numbers on Local 4 News at 11.
New at 5:30.
It was a dangerous intersection in desperate need of a stop sign, a new one now in place. We come to the rescue. Our Help Me Hank special report coming up.
Preventing tragedy. A new proposal in Washington would force automakers to install a very specific piece of technology that could save children's lives.
An outpouring of emotion here at MLK High School in Detroit for a 17-year-old student gunned down this week during a sneaker transaction. We'll have the very latest.
It's dinner time. Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5:30 starts now.
It was a deadly shooting over a pair of shoes. Tonight, Local 4 uncovering new information as police announce an arrest in the case. It tops our news tonight at 5:30, and right now we know police have one person in custody. He's also in the hospital tonight after getting hurt during that shooting.
Happened right outside Loyola High School yesterday afternoon, sending the school into a lockdown. If you were with us yesterday, you were watching that happen live. Sean Lay with us now, and the teen who died has now been identified for us, Sean.
Very popular kid we're talking about here, just 17 years old. Corey Harris Thomas is his name. Somber day here on the west side, east side, I should say, MLK High School, where Corey went to school as word spread here of his death and, of course, spread quickly online. The hashtag RIP Corey is all over social media today. Students from Grosse Pointe Park to Detroit, grief-stricken with the shooting death of their friend Corey Harris Thomas. He was just 17 years old. Grief counselors today at Martin Luther King Jr. High School in Detroit after the disturbing shooting incident on the city's west side Tuesday. It happened just before 2 o'clock. Thomas was behind the wheel of a vehicle. Police say he was involved in a sneaker sale, Air Jordan basketball shoes, when shots were fired and Thomas was killed. A family friend telling Local 4 that Corey Thomas loved sneakers and often found buyers online and set up sales. Common transactions that happen every day. We're also told that Corey's father asked him not to sell sneakers in Detroit. Corey Thomas was a former student at Grosse Pointe North High School, where this notice went out today reading, "I'm sorry to inform you that former North student Corey Harris Thomas died today. Details surrounding his death are still under police investigation. He has 2 siblings in 8th grade. Please keep the family in your thoughts and prayers." The suspected gunman was grazed by a shot and is still in the hospital. He's 19. He's been arrested and is expected to be charged with shooting and killing Corey Thomas. In fact, we just checked with Detroit police. They expect to have this man arraigned, the 19-year-old shooter in this case, from his hospital bed as early as tomorrow, Devin.
And Sean, as strange as it sounds, these kinds of shoe transactions, I guess, are pretty common.
Air Jordans online. You can find them anywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Sales all the time. Really not a problem. And police will say go to an internet safe location like a police department to do the transaction. In this case, that did not happen.
Sadly so. All right, Sean.
White boy Rick Wershey has a key parole hearing coming up tomorrow to fight for his release from prison. Wershey has spent the last 29 years behind bars as a nonviolent juvenile offender. When he was 14, he was being paid by Detroit police to rat out drug dealers. At 17, someone he had snitched on had him shot. Police abandoned him. Later, Wershey started selling drugs, but was caught. In fact, he's the longest-serving nonviolent juvenile drug offender in Michigan. At 9 tomorrow morning, the Michigan Parole Board will determine if he will be released. And of course, you can count on Local 4 for complete coverage. Defender Kevin Dietz will be at that hearing in Jackson, bringing you updates all morning long. And then you'll want to join us at noon tomorrow for our Fight for Freedom special. It will be live streamed exclusively on clickondetroit.com. Kevin will also have reports on later editions of Local 4 News. The defense's cross-examination of Bill Cosby accuser Andrea Constand dominates day 3 of the comedian's sex assault trial.
Cosby's attorneys spent several hours today grilling Constand and pointing out inconsistencies in her testimony for prosecutors on Tuesday. The defense challenged her claim that she was drugged and assaulted by Cosby in 2004. They asked Constand why it took her almost a year for her to call police. The defense also presented phone records showing she kept in contact with Cosby after the alleged attack.
I think that in the end, when it comes out that most of these phone calls were about her job, I think that the jury is going to be very disappointed that we've spent 4 hours going through phone calls.
Constand worked at Temple University, where Cosby was a trustee. Of course, Cosby denies any wrongdoing in the case. Some unusual circumstances trigger murder charges.
A Toledo man accused of not telling his girlfriend he was HIV positive. He was charged with murder and felonious assault after the 51-year-old woman died from complications of the disease. According to Ohio law, you are required to tell your partner if you are HIV positive or if you have AIDS. If you don't, you can be charged with murder or felonious assault.
Twin attacks on the Iranian parliament and the shrine of a revolutionary leader kill at least 12 people, injure dozens, and ignite an hours-long siege. The siege at the legislature itself ended with 4 attackers dead after hours of intermittent gunfire, all happening in the Iranian capital of Tehran. The second attack happened at the Mausoleum, where a suicide bomber detonated a device there. Another attacker there was killed as well by police. Iranian officials say they managed to foil a third attack that was in the works. The Islamic State is claiming responsibility for those attacks. Today, Congress introduced a bill to help prevent further tragedies by targeting the technology in your car.
The bipartisan Hot Cars Act of 2017 would require automakers to try to come up with a plan to remind drivers someone is still in the back seat after the car is turned off. Already this year, 9 children have died after being left in a hot car. The technology would be similar to the rear seat reminder, which GM currently offers in several of its 2017 models.
This is about saving kids' lives, period.
The many bells and whistles that we have in the cars, this one will save lives.
Since 1995, there have been 12 heat-related car deaths in the state of Michigan.
Timely to say with the blast of heat we're going to get, but Ben's here now with some pretty cool weather video.
Yeah, and you're taking us down south for this.
All the way to Florida, even though it feels like Florida's coming here this weekend. Today, we're going to Florida and check out this ominous storm cloud. Ooh. Yeah, rolling in out the Gulf of Mexico, but folks down there probably cheering because more than 70% of the state of Florida is in a drought. And significant rain from storms like this go a long way to putting a dent in that drought. News getting even better. Inches of rain still expected during the week, so that drought relief looks like it's more than just a pipe dream. Want to show you the map. Almost the entire state of Florida is under a drought, and it's really centered right there around Orlando in the center part of the state. But really, that's the worst of it across the 48. In fact, only 18% of the U.S. is under a drought right now, which is some of the lowest statistics since they started tracking this drought monitor about 15 years ago.
Wow. All right, Ben.
All right, thanks, Ben.
Good health now. Lots of families enjoy going for a bike ride this time of year.
But one Brighton family is not just cruising around the neighborhood. They're off on a 1,500-mile journey. Dr. Frank McGeorge is here to explain why.
Well, Devin and Sandra, the Helmanins, they are pedaling with a purpose. They're biking all the way to the Upper Peninsula and back. It's an incredible family adventure that's raising money to help kids battling cancer.
3, 2, 1, go.
You can't help but do a double take at this bicycle built for 3. 10-year-old Zach Helmanin got a head start on his summer vacation, and with his parents Eva and Carl, has traveled over 600 miles so far on their 6-week journey from southeast Michigan to the UP and back.
A typical day is 50 miles. We get up, we have a hearty breakfast. We start driving, take a few stops along the way to see a few sights. And we usually pull in about 6, 7 in the evening.
Their dog Duchess is also along for the ride, cruising in a trailer outfitted with memory foam.
She's loving every minute of it because she does not like to be left home alone.
The Helmanins are riding for the Great Cycle Challenge, a fundraiser benefiting the Children's Cancer Research Fund.
We hope to raise money and awareness for childhood cancer. That's our main goal here. There's a ton of research they're trying to get done. And, you know, hey, it's all about the kids at the end of the day.
Carl lost his dad to cancer. Eva's sister is a 20-year survivor. People along the way are showing their support.
God bless you, I couldn't do it. We get a lot of honks and high fives, and yeah, it's been real positive.
It's not a race, so they're taking their time and stopping to see the sights, putting their pedal power to the test on a trip they'll never forget. Now, the Helmanins hope to raise $10,000 for kids' cancer research, and we've put a link to donate on the health page, along with their Instagram account, where you can follow their progress.
What a great family trip. Duchess looks completely unaware of the fact that she's not pitching in at all. Everybody else is doing all the work.
Hey, you know, but everybody's pitching in a little bit and doing their part, so, you know, that's
she's there for the company.
Exactly.
Yes.
Great story. Thanks, Dad. A man in Jackson tries to get some pretty sweet revenge after getting a ticket.
The unusual way he's paying it off and why the time he chose to do it really got the city treasurer mad.
And he just wouldn't let go. New tonight, a sheriff's deputy dragged as a driver tries to take off during a traffic stop.
And we're live on the east side tonight. This is a very dangerous intersection in need of a big change. We come to the rescue. We have the story for you right after the break.
The Jeopardy!